Hello everybody, a very nice feature has been added to Music Binder, and this new feature is Music Scale. I'm gonna show you how to use it right now. I have here a Music Binder with a song, and I will go into the menu of Music Binder and I will add a new window scale, new scale. I have here new object with all object that you can add to Music Binder window, and the scale is one of them. I will click here, new scale. So now a new scale is added to the window. I'm gonna resize it like this. Now I'm gonna show you the properties for this window. So I can use the object inspector command, which is a command I. And for this scale window, I have the window ID that is the default is master. I'm gonna show you later what you can do with the WID later in the video. I have scale here. Scale 1 in Chord Pro means that Music Binder will try to select the correct scale that is saved in a Chord Pro file. I can have scale 2 and scale 3, so up to 3 scales can be saved in each Chord Pro file. If I don't want Music Binder to load automatically a scale for a song, I can select a scale here, and Music Binder will not try to load a scale when I switch to another song. I will leave it to scale 1 for now. I have instrument. The default is guitar, scale for guitar, but I can select bass, 4 string, 5, 6 string, banjo, mandolin, ukulele, and piano. So I will select guitar for now. Use note name. Now it's the degrees that is displayed in the window, but I can click here to display the note instead of degree. I can click here to only display the dots, no degree and no note. I can select the cage, which is a cage system. C the key the chord C A G E N D. I can display the note for the cage, and if I close the inspector, when the cage is on, I can also select the chord that I want to display for the cage system. For now, I will leave it off. And I have a CAI, which is a kind of a cage system, but a simplified version of the cage system, which is only three chord, and the first 3 strings like this. The the C chord shape, the A chord shape, and the E chord shape. Okay, Command I return to the object inspector. I will leave it off for now, and you can change all the colors of every element on for the window. Now for You can see here guitar, you can see the instrument, and you can see a little one here. The little one here is the scale 1. If I select scale 2 in chord profile, I will see 2 here. I will leave it to scale 1 for now. Okay, I can close this window, and when the scale window is selected, I have some hotkeys that I can use to change the key and the scale. This button here, when you put your mouse pointer over this button, there is all the hotkeys are explained in the tooltip. If I click on this button, the button will be this image. So now I can move the window using the arrow keys. I can hold shift. I can hold command to enlarge the window, hold command and shift to enlarge the window. But I click again, and when I see this symbol, I can use the arrow keys to change the key, arrow up and down to change the key. And I can use arrow left and right to change the scale. There is 19 scales available. For now, I will select minor pentatonic, and if I don't want to use the arrow up and down to change the key, I can also type a letter. Let's say I type E right now on the keyboard, E. I can type A, G, and so on. If I want to quickly see the same scale on the piano, I can type P on the keyboard. I type P again, and I go back to the string scale. This button here showed that there is currently a scale that is saved into the current song. If I go to another song, I see that there is no yellow star. The star is not yellow, so there is no scale into the chord profile. I go back to the previous song, and I will open the chord profile. I can see here there is a scale 1 major pentatonic for this song. If I go to another song like this, there is no scale for this song, but if I want to set the scale to G major pentatonic, I can select the scale window, press G, and I can use left and right arrow keys to select the correct scale. And if I want to keep this scale for the current song, I hit the star button, and now the scale is saved into the songs. I will show you. I select the song, open in editor, and I see here major pentatonic. I go back to another song. Is here I have B minor pentatonic for this song. The scale has been selected automatically. because I have select another song. This button is to close the, the scale window. Now, if you want to oh, change the scale and the key while the focus is on the song, now I click on the song and I use arrow keys to move to through songs, and I can type to search for a song, but if I want to select to change the scale or the keys for this window, I don't have to select the window. I can keep the focus on the song and I can use the shift key on my keyboard. And when I hold the shift key on my keyboard, I can change the scale of the scale window, and I can change the key by using shift and arrow up and down, shift E, shift A, and so on. If I want to save, I will select G major for this song, and if I want to save it to the chord profile, I can use shift and the letter S for save, and the scale will be saved into the chord profile. Now the scale is already saved, but if I go to another song like this, okay, the key is G, and there is no star, but I want to keep this scale for the current song. I hold shift and I press S. So if the scale window is focused, don't use the shift key. You can use S to unsave or S to save. You can press letter A, B, C, D, E. But if the focus is on the song, hold the shift key. Okay, now let's say I want to be able to hide the scale window, not to delete the window, but to hide it temporarily, because I want to see all the lyrics and the chords in the song of the song. I can use Shift H, the H for hide, and Shift H to bring back. If I select the window, I can only use H. But if I want to use a MIDI pedal or to control this window, I will show you right now how to do it. I have here some numeric keypad. I can also use MIDI pedals, but the cheapest way to control the page and to turn page or to do action, it's costs about 10 bucks for a numeric keypad, and it's only, this is a numeric keypad, it's only a keypad like this, which I have removed all the keys. I only keep 2 and 3. So currently this keypad is set to scroll pages. If I go to three pages when a song, I can scroll page like this. But now I would like to use this, the right part, to advanced page, and I would like to use the left part to display hide the scale window. First, I will go into Music Binder Pro Preferences. I will unselect here, use 2 and 3 keys as page up, page down. I will unselect this, and I will check this new option, send numeric keypad keys as MIDI note. When I check this, all the keys of a numeric keypad will be sent to Music Binder exactly like if it was a MIDI pedal. So I check this, I close the window, and I go in MIDI triggers, and I will add a new trigger. I will add a new trigger to scroll my pages. So I will hit this one, and I will select the action page, next page, and return to page 1. If I try it, I will close the MIDI trigger window. I have page 1 and 2. I press here, page 3, press again, go back to page 1. So this part of the pedal can be used to scroll page. Now I want to configure this part to display hide the scale window. So I go back into the MIDI triggers, and then I will add a new trigger. I will click here on the left part, and I will select the action display hide scale. Close this window, and now when I press this side of the pedal, I can display or hide the scale. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you what if I have another musician with me, which is a keyboard player, and I have an external screen for him, and I want to display his own Chord Pro songs, if exist, and also a scale for him in a piano scale. So I will create a new binder window, and for this binder window I will identify the window. Now there is no, I have only a WID master, so I will create a window ID. So I go into the window, WID preferences, and I will add Ray, because my keyboard player name is Ray. So for this window, I go back into the inspector window using Command I, and I select Ray. Now this window is for Ray, and I will send this window to the external screen. I use window, send to screen. I select, I think it's this one. Okay, now the window, okay, I move through to another song. Okay, the refresh is okay. So I have on the external screen a song, the same song, If I want to also display scale, a piano scale for array, so I can go in the menu, new scale. I have the scale window here, and I will enlarge it. I will go into the inspector using Command I, and I will select Ray for window ID because the scale is for Ray, and I will select piano for the instrument, use note name, and so on. Can change the color and so on. Okay, so I close the inspector window and I go in the window menu and send to screen. Now the window is on the Ray screen. Okay, I select my own window. I bring back the inspector window because I will adjust the position of the window, of the scale window for Ray. I select the window here and I send it to bottom, and I can use the arrow here to move the. I can also use left and right arrow keys on my keyboard, and I can hold the shift key to move it faster. We'll place it in the center of the window like this. So now the scale for Ray is okay. I close the inspector using escape key. Now if I try my button here on the pedal, the left part, the scale is hidden or displayed with this button, but I would like to configure another keypad for Ray to because I will let him display or hide his scale whenever he wants. So I will do it like this. I go into the MIDI trigger window. I will add a new trigger and I will select this button and I will select display hide scale, and WID I will type Ray. So now I close this window. If I try this button scale, I can see that now Ray can display or hide the scale using his own numeric keypad. But my keypad here display or hide all the scale, but I want to configure it to display my or hide my own scale. So I go in MIDI trigger and I select my MIDI trigger, and here I will type master because my window ID here at the top of the screen is master. So now my button is for my scale and Ray has his own button on his numeric keypad. Now I will go to a song. I can see that I have the same chord profile on both screen and the same scale, which is G major pentatonic. But let's say that my keyboard player wants to play the songs in another key, in the key of A, as an example. So I will go into Song menu, Manage Alternate Version, and I have only one version for the songs. I see the WID Ray here. I can click on the Create. So a copy of the chord profile will be created. Uh, same, the same copy, and I can use transpose and select Hey as an example. Now the song is on Hey, and I can hit Command Enter key to close this. And now I can see that the song on the rescreen is now in A, and the correct scale has been selected also in the key of A. But let's say that Ray wants a different scale. You don't want to use the major pentatonic scale. How can I do this? I will bring back the inspector window with Command I. Oh, no, sorry. I will select the window. In the window menu, I will select the, 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 the scale for Ray, and I will use the arrow keys to select a different scale, let's say A major, and I can type S to save the scale for Ray. And I select my own window. So now if I move to another song, okay, and I go back to the song, I see that under the external screen, the Ray window, the correct scale is selected, which is A major, and on my screen I have major pentatonic, so I have a different scale than Ray. Okay, then the last thing I want to show you is what if I have a PDF instead of a chord profile. So with a PDF files, there is some limitation. So if I go on a PDF like this, if I try to save a scale, I hit Shift and S. Scale preferences cannot be added to a PDF file. So I cannot save a scale preferences for PDF, but what can I do is go into the notes window, which is a dash key, and I can select the key. Let's say that the key for this song is D. I hit escape to close the notes window, and if I move to another song and I go back, the correct key will be selected. So maybe what you could do if you have PDF only is go in the inspector window and select the scale window and not use this option scale 1, 2 or 3 in the Gold Pro. You may select a fixed scale like this. You can select one scale here for PDF. Okay, I think I have covered all the example for the new feature. One last thing is if I have two scales for a song, I think I have an example here. Okay, I will configure a two scale. Okay, let's say I have Mary Had a Little Lamb, and the scale 1 for this song is minor pentatonic, and if I want to configure a second scale, I can select the window and press 2, or if I don't want to select the window, I can use Shift 1, Shift 2, Shift 3. I select Shift 2. Now I have select the second scale, and I use Shift right and left to select the scale. Okay, so for the second scale for the current song, I want to save minor blues, so I use Shift S, and now I have to scale for this song. I will show you in the song menu. Open an editor, display the master version. Here I have to scale 1 and scale 2. So I could have, if I want, I could have a new scale window like this. And I could, for this one is the first scale and this one is always the second scale. So I use my pedal to hide both scale, so I can play the songs, and now when I need to see the scale because I want to practice over to do a solo, I can hit my pedal and the two scale will be displayed. So you can have up to 3 scales for each song. So I think that's it for today. I really hope that you will enjoy the new feature. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and leave me a comment, question. Thank you. Bye bye.